And I was wondering if you could talk about advice for people looking now, maybe young professionals or musicians in either pre-COVID or current, or looking forward, like advice on booking trips, connecting with people to play, just like making opportunities for yourself in the music career.
Yeah, there's so many ways you can answer this, and there's so many great ways to answer this. I've heard, various artists through the years answer this question as well. And one of the things, if I could go back to those formative years, the growing up years, I'm still growing up now, doesn't matter what age I am, have a product, right? You have to have something that you can present. And our dad would always say something where, okay, if they don't forget that you're triplets, and women, by the time you're on to your second number, we're not doing our job. And that's not to say that he was, I mean, obviously he was so supportive of each one of his daughters, and he wanted the best for each, he wants the best for each of us. So that powerhouse, like, go get them, and then make sure you know what you're gonna go and get first. So having that product ready at any given time, right? So even if there's not, like in COVID, let's take this for example. Actually, uh, even though we don't have those opportunities knocking at our door as they had been pre-COVID, you still prepare like you are going to do something. You have that opportunity to say, oh, I've always wanted to learn this solo. I'm a firm believer that if you have that passion, there's a reason. So that passion is going to be used in some way. So you don't, for maybe, or even fortuitous, you don't see a gig with a piccolo, but you really want to perform on piccolo. Then start performing and getting ready to perform on that piccolo, and not wait for the opportunity. But you'll be surprised once you start working towards where your passions are drawing you, all of a sudden you're going to start seeing opportunities, and being more open to saying yes right away to something, because you're like, I've been waiting for this for months. Yeah, it's kind of like that study where people will say, what is it? I'm not specifically recalling the actual study, but it's that concept of, oh, I see a lot of red cars. Well, it's because you're thinking about it. You're noticing. And I think the same thing happens when we're thinking musically. Oh, I'm hearing a lot of pieces that are by, oh, I'm really seeing a lot of trumpeters do, you know? So taking note of kind of that heartbeat of the industry, but first and foremost, staying true to where your passions are. And then also being willing to step out of your comfort zone, and maybe even say yes to some things that you're not specifically ready for, but you have time to get ready for. I did that for Brandenburg. I said yes. And I was like, I have a year. Let's do this. I want to do this. And I've always had a passion, but I was freaked out to say yes. It took me like a couple weeks to be like, yep. So sometimes you have to do some things that you're like, I'm not there yet, but I know I will be there in a year because this is how I'm going to do this. So yeah, passion, but then you know how to lead yourself into that. And then you call on the experts, right? You call on people that are going to have knowledge that you don't have yet, or understand how to connect with people. There's a sentiment the other week, somebody mentioned the concept of, oh, you can't, it's not wise as a professional to get lessons with somebody, or it's not wise to connect and visit and be vulnerable, essentially, right? And I said, well, okay, I agree, you need to be choosing wisely who you connect with. But I also agree it's essential to be in community as musicians and learn from one another. Because I know that I don't have all the answers. I'm not going to have all the answers. But together we really can come up with, um, you know, great answers. But I really want to break that concept down, break this fist pump. Fist pump in the air, thinking that our music community needs to be open, and we need to have that safe space, and we are creating those safe spaces for our students as well. Because if we have a mindset that we're not going to reach out, I don't want to be known that I am not able to do fill in the blank yet. That's going to seep into my teaching, and that's going to seep into my students, and they're going to have those guards up. Even if I don't tell them, I really think they're going to notice, oh, well, she has it all put together. No, I don't. None of us do. Um, but if they see, oh, she reached out and she went beyond, and she searched something out. I was like, that's what being a teacher is. But yeah, I really want to get past that, holding secrets as an educator, or making it less safe for people to come to you, or making yourself not feel safe going to others. But yes, be wise with who you connect with, for sure.